and some to the upper link. For example, I want to ping 10.2.0.11. As you can see, again, the traffic went to the lower link. Again, let me to check the other IPs. For example, trace 10.2.0.12, and after that 13. All of these traffics, this is we are not lucky. And then 10.2.0.14, 10.2.1.2. Okay, this is because the source IP is the same, and the algorithm of the load balancing is combination of source and destination IP, because I send all of the traffic from the one PC. In most cases, the R1 uses the lower link, but in R1 we have two paths for the 10.2.0, for example, and you can see the trace from the 10. Look at here, 10.2.0.2, this IP address, and the traffic went to the upper link. And finally, the result is the traffic to the destination IP inside the 10.0.0 network can except the 10.2.0.20. All of these traffics can went from the, for example, upper or lower link, and this means load balancing. But the traffic destined to the server 2 10.2.0.20 always uses the lower link. Let me to show you. Trace 10.2.0.20, 10.2.0.20. As you can see, traffic went to the lower link. And also, don't forget, because in R1, if we have two network that match with the server 2's IP address, if the specific host route failed, for example, assume that the link between router 1 and router 2 failed, the traffic to the destined to the, for example, server 2's IP address can send from the serial 10 interface, because you know that 10.2.0.20 can be matched with the 10.2.0.0/24. Let me to show you. Assume that in R1, interface serial 1 shut down, and then serial 1 in the R2, interface serial 1 now shut down. Now only we have one static routes in the R1. Let me show you. Show IP route. Here in show IP route, we have for example, for the 10.2.0.0 now one route. Why? Because the serial 1 now is removed. Okay, because it's failed, the traffic between the R1 and R2 now can be sent from the upper link. Let me to show you. For example, in R1, I want to ping the 10.2.0.20. Okay, we have connectivity, and also trace 10.2.0.20. As you can see, the traffic can be sent from the upper link. This means that you configure the host route, and if the host route failed, the interface of the host route failed, the traffic can send from the other interfaces. Okay, let me to enable the interfaces. Interface serial 1.0, for example, no shutdown, and then 1.1 no shutdown, serial 1.1 no shutdown, and in R2 also interface serial 1.1 no shutdown. Now again, we should see the lower link in R1. Let me check. Show IP route. Okay, show IP route. Yes, we have the host route. This is the host route, the route with the /32. Only one IP address can be matched with the one host route. Okay, let me review the topic. Look at here. You learned in the previous videos about the configuration of the static route. I want to show you which command you learned. IP route with the network and mask. You can use this option first. Outgoing interface. You can use the next hop IP, and also you can use only the next hop IP. Again, we learned about the AD, administrative distance. Okay. Now we have an interesting option in the static route, and we can use it. The name of this interesting option is permanent. You can use one option at the end of the static route that is permanent. But what is the usage of the permanent? Assume that now in this scenario, we have two paths between R1 and R2. Okay. And you want to use only one of these routes for a specific, for example, IP address. Assume that here in R2 we have two servers, server 1 and then server 2. Okay, as you saw in this video, I configured for the S2 means 10.2.0.20 one specific host route 10.2.0.20 255.255.255.0 or quad 255. Use the next stop of 10.2.1.2. Okay, and also we configure two static route for the 10.2.0.0 255.255.255.0 with the next stop of 10.1.2.2 and also IP route 10.2.0.0 with the 255.255.255.0 10.2.1.2. Okay, you saw the configuration, and you saw that if the lower link, the link between R1 and R2 failed, the traffic between the R1 and R2 destined to the server 2 can be sent from the upper link, because after the fail of these links, the lower link, this path should disappear, should remove from the routing table, and because of that, and also this path, both of these paths. Okay, and only we have now one path for the 10.2.0.0/24 because of the traffic from the VPC1 can send from to the server 2 with the upper link. You saw this, but in some cases you need to use only one link for example, a specific IP address, and this means that I need to send traffic between VPC1 and server 2 from the lower link, and if this link is removed, I don't want to send traffic, for example, from the upper link. Okay, from only the lower link is good for me. How you can use it? Because you know that if this link failed, the routes, the static host route can be removed from the routing table, and because of that, another routes can be used for sending the traffic to this IP address. The solution is using the permanent. If you use, for example, at the end of the host route or any other specific route, the permanent option, this means that if this route failed, for example, the next stop doesn't available, you shouldn't remove this route from the routing table. This means that, for example, if the serial 11 of the R1 is failed, the route for the, for example, 10.2.0.20/32 with the next hop that now isn't available is again should be remain in the routing table. Let me to show you. Look at here. In this scenario, first we should remove the previous comments, the specific static route, the host route. Okay, first we should remove it. This is the host route. No IP route 10.2.0.20 255.255.255.255 with the next stop of 10.2.1.2. Now I removed it. Again, I'm using this command, IP route 10.2.0.20, okay, 255.255.255, okay, with the next stop of 10.2.1.2 again, but now with permanent option. Let me to show you, show IP route. Now we have a static host route, and also show IP route 10.2.0.20 255.255.255.255, okay, 10.2.0.20, okay, and now you can see that here we have a permanent option. And also if you use show IP static route, here we have this specific route with the P option. P means permanent. Okay, so easy. But what is the result? Now I want to remove the serial 11. Serial 11 now is shutting down. Okay, R1 serial 11 now is shutting down, and we can check the routing table of R1. Do show IP route. Look at here, do show IP route, for example. Now again we have these static routes, okay, in the routing table. Why? Because we used the for example, the permanent option. Again, I want to enable it. After enabling this interface, do show IP route, again we have this route. Now let me check the connectivity from the VPC1 to the server 2 10.2.0.20-T. As you can see, we have connectivity. Now I want to remove the R1's interface, shut down the interface of R1, and also in R2 interface serial 11 shutdown. Okay, look at here. In R1 and R2, I am shutting down